Hello guys, objective in this tutorial is to add new columns to our already existing table people. So that's what we are going to do. We're gonna add column at the end of table before ID. Yes, we can do that, and we'll add new columns somewhere in the middle. For example, in between name and the last name we will add middle name column. And also we're gonna play around in this tutorial with default values for specific column. Why not? Right, so that's what we are going to do, and situation is that at the moment I don't have anything in my table because in the last tutorial I was having some gibberish there, so I decided just to truncate the table to delete all rows because they were stupid. Right, so SQL is a command that will go here. So what we need to say is alter table, because we are altering structure of table and we are not inserting value right now. So alter table people. What are we doing? Well, we are adding a new column. So add column, and what will be name of that column? That will be, let's say, at the end of table. Well, it will be last one because I'm not creative with names and I don't care, we're just experimenting. And in your project you probably know what you're doing, so I'm gonna use last one as a stupid default for a name of column. Right, is that enough? No, because we need to set data type. Right, so I'm gonna use varchar 100 because it's kind of well, generally it will solve a lot of things. Why not? And guys, that's pretty much it. So if I didn't create any kind of error with typing, I'm gonna press F5, and in a split of a second I don't have any kind of error. So let me check what's happening with structure. Okay, last one is to add at the end of table. So yeah, it's variable character, cool stuff. Right, what if we want to put something in between name and last name, like a middle name? Right, let me see what I can do. I'm gonna put this in a comment because maybe you need this for later, and instruction will be a little bit different, nothing much. So we will add new column, name of it will be middle name, and it will be variable character, also 100, and it will be after column name. So that's how you target that space in between columns where you want to have new column. So after column name, and save at F5, and let me check what's happening with the structure. Right, describe people. I don't have it for some stupid reason. Probably I have a typo. Just a second. Alter table people, add column and name. Well, yeah. Varchar. So one simple substitution of letters can create havoc. Okay, F5, and now the thing will work. 100%. Right, here we are, guys. Sorry about typo, but you know, it happens. Okay, what about some column before this column? For example, for some stupid reason we need custom ID, which will be totally manual. For some reason, I don't know, we are just experimenting. So what we are going to do is this. Let me just put this in the comments because it will be useful later. Right, so alter table people is the same. We're gonna add new column, that's fine. A name of column will be custom ID. It will be a number, which means integer, and it will be a first. So I'm not inventing these operations in uppercase, these commands. This is part of standard, of MySQL standard. Right, so first means it will be totally at the first position in table. Whatever it is right now there, it will be pushed, how to say this, to right side. Well, anyway, let me run this and you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, so describe people, and there you go, guys. We have custom ID, which is integer, and it will not be automatically incremented because this is our own custom stupid manual ID. Right. So now it will be very nice if we can enter something in our table just to make sure that everything is fine. So yeah, I'm gonna do that manually here because I'm kinda lazy. I don't want to search for my scripts from a couple of tutorials before. So I'm just gonna say insert into, and I'm using lowercases like all pros. Don't do that, use uppercases, but who cares. So insert into people, and we need to follow order of columns from here. So custom ID and the name, middle name is a new column, last name after that, telephone and email and address in that order, and the last one is the last one. And when I press enter, we need to work with values following order from here. So custom ID, well, that will be integer, some very big and stupid integer, who cares. After that, we need to enter ID, which we will do with null, which means MySQL server will take care about what is next, and it will be auto incremented. Right, so name will be string, of course. So, from that show in 90s, I think. Yeah, 90s, Nikita. You know, Michael and Nikita, you probably know that, some security agency, you know. I don't know, Nikita, and what was the name of that person? I really can't remember. So I'm just gonna say Smith. Oh, no, sorry, this is for middle name. Anyway, Nikita S, and last name will be Smith, who cares, and right, telephone, some very secure telephone, like when you dial it, you get security agency. And what is next? Email, secret at 0, let's say, and address will be Bletchley Park, I don't know, secret 000. And the last one will be, what I'm gonna put here. And actually I need to use single quotes because this is a string, so sorry about that, guys. It happens when I'm typing. Right, so last one will be, what that will be, I don't know, top secret, like some kind of documents, I don't know. And let me check, will this work? Right, okay, so select all from people. And there you go, guys, you have automatic ID, which is 1 because I have truncated this table before this tutorial just to have like a ground 0, so ID is 1. We also have some custom ID manual stuff, which is insane, but it will work. And yeah, we have all other columns fulfilled. So question is, what about default value for last one? Can we do that? Yes, and the value of that thing will be ultra secure or ultra secret or ultra, just ultra. MI5, 6, I think. Right. Okay. So let me delete this. I mean, put it in the comment section. So again, we need to alter our structure a little bit, and this time we are altering stuff inside column. So we will say alter. What are we altering? Last name, and we will set that that default is string, which is ultra secure, ultra secret. Yeah, some very weird project. Right, save and F5, and hopefully when I do describe people, there will be that default thing here, but I don't have it because probably of typing error. Oh, name, it's not name, it's one, it's a last one. Sorry about typo. Now the thing will work. Okay, describe people, and there you go guys, ultra secret is default stuff in last one column. Okay, so how to fulfill this with new values, I mean that thing, in such a way that default stuff will be activated? Can we do that? Yes, and there are a couple of ways. So let me find some stuff from a couple of seconds ago. Right, if you do have last one here, you also must have something down there that will hopefully go into default, into that field as default. But some people will say, if I type null here, maybe I will activate that ultra secret which is default. So let me just see what's gonna happen. Oops, just a second. This is actually a problem. I need to work with values. Just a second. Values, 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 where are values? Right, so here I'm gonna say null. Okay, and now some people will think that ultra secret will be activated, but the reality is, yes, we do have entry, but select all from people will yield us totally weird result. So we have actually null here. And now people will say, okay, you need to enclose null as a string, which is actually, well, it's not correct. So let me just test that. If you say null here, then again you will have something in a database, but it will be again a null. So it's really not important if you're using a null as a null or null as a string. So some people will say, okay, wait a second, what if I forget this thing when I'm inserting? Will that then default be activated? Well, let me test that. I'm gonna disregard that column and enter, and I'm gonna disregard that value here, and the result will be fine. And if we select all from people, yes, ultra secret will be activated. But guys, that's not the purpose. That's not good, because you need that thing. Why do you want to delete last one from insert statement? It's kind of stupid. Why do you have it at all? So the best option here, and basically what you must use, is this. Oops, let me disregard this. So just definitely use a last one as a target, as a one of column that need to be fulfilled, and then down there when you are messing around with values, for example from some HTML I don't know, form or something, from Excel file or something like that, from another MySQL table, then just add here default keyword, and now whatever is default, it will be activated. So let me check that. Column count, just a second. Why I do have this problem? Column count does not match value counted row 0. What is happening? Last one, default. Oh, address is a secret, sorry. So I need to have that secret. Secret 000. So sorry, that was for address. And yeah, default will be for last one. Sorry about that. Right, now the things are fine. So select all from people. There you go, guys. And with default, when you have that into request, when you have that, then whatever is default will be activated. So here's the thing. Definitely do have last one in a structure of your instruction, insert into. Definitely have that. Have some real value. And if you don't have real value, then do have default. Do not have null here or null with single quotes. Just have or real value or default keyword. Okay, and definitely have a name of column here. Don't disregard it for simplicity reason, just because you're kind of lazy to structure your script in a good way. So either default or real stuff, and then that default, whatever it is, will be activated. In our case, that's ultra secret. Yeah, what next? Well, we can actually delete all these columns we have created. So before we do that, how to delete, for example, default value from column? Okay, so we're going to say SQL, and let me explain. So what are we doing is we are deleting this ultra secret, which is default stuff. So we are reverting to null. Okay, so let me do that. I'm gonna copy paste this to save a little bit of time if it's possible. So alter table people, alter last one, and we will just say drop default. Okay, save and F5, and there you go. And now when we check what's happening with the structure of our table, now we do have it. Why I do have it? Oh, right, typo. Default. Right, now the thing will be okay. Select describe people. Right, there you go. Sorry about typos. Okay, fine. So what about removal of columns completely? Can we do that? Yes, of course. And I'm gonna put this into references. So SQL, and how we are going to delete specific column? Well, we are just going to say alter people a drop column. So we are not dropping default value. Now for real, we are dropping physically column, and the name of it will be custom ID. And let me run this. Okay, there you go. Let me check what's happening with structure. Describe people. There you go, guys. We don't have that column anymore. So we're gonna do same stuff for middle name and for last one. Okay, so middle name, and F5, and also immediately we're gonna do that for last one. Save and F5. Now when I check the structure of my table, I will get exactly same result as from a start of our tutorial. Right, ID, name, last name, telephone, email, and address. That was default value without all these three columns we were experimenting on. Right, guys, relatively long tutorial. Sorry about typos, but I'm gonna, too lazy to recreate this again. I mean, 20 minutes tutorial. Who's gonna record that again with all this MySQL stuff? Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Now you know how to work with columns and default values, and yes, you can copy paste this or type it somewhere on your machine for reference reasons. Okay, thank you for watching as always, and yep, see you next tutorial.